I've got this framed on my wall at home, and it's an email from Sony Publishers, my publishers, about 20 years ago, saying, Nick, there's this new video game out they want to use I Just Die in Your Arms, and you're going to get maybe some money from it. It's not a very tried and tested game yet. And I wrote back and said, and I really wrote something like, well, I'm rather concerned about so many violent video games being used at the moment. Can you assure me that there's going to be no violence? And it says, absolutely, categorically not. And it was Grand Theft Auto. Ka-ching.
Yeah, bring on the guns, baby. Just hell yeah. That's tough. Steve Barry has a funny story of Don't Stop Believin' from Journey. He gets the call from The Sopranos saying they want to use it on the last episode. And he said, no, just assure me it's not going to be used over a bloodbath at the end of the show. And they're like, no. He said no forever, and his bandmate said yes. And finally, the day before they aired that final episode of The Sopranos, they said no bloodbath. It's kind of a, can't tell you what the ending is. But that, what a concern that is until they tell you how much you're going to make. You will whore yourself out.
Suddenly, when you find out how much it is, it all goes out the window. That's not true, actually. You'd be very good with neurons in particular.
We all have our ethos and our morals, and sometimes we lose our way.
They're all flexible.
Yes, sir.
So tell us how you got One for the Mockingbird into the movie Can't Buy Me Love. Or did you even know?
How did One for the Mockingbird get into Can't Buy Me Love, the movie? How?
Yeah.
Branson again.
Good question, but no idea. No, I've got lots of, good stories on things like this. An odd one, a very odd thing to be in that movie, but no, it turned up. I have a friend in England who tells me all these, things that we get placements in, and some of them would be quite bizarre, but great. No, I can't give you a juicy answer on that one, I'm afraid.
And now it's ever more important to get your song, years ago it was Grey's Anatomy on television, now it's Stranger Things. Thank God Kate Bush is like going to the mailbox, picking up millions of dollars of checks for one damn TV show, which I finally started. It seems a younger demographic than me, I don't know, but good on her. Good on, I know I have, and it's good. There's just so much time in a day to watch every television show ever. Another question, we got 5 minutes. Let's take a few more questions. Yes, sir?
In 2019, just a personal question. How is your wrist doing? You said you have a carpal tunnel.
Oh, thank you for remembering. Yeah, I had the operation for carpal tunnel, whatever. Gareth has a theory as to why I have.
Oh, man. Okay.
Everything's back and working just fine. But the lovely lady who gave me the tip to have it done, I met her just yesterday. No.
Oh, you keep getting deeper, pal.
Relax.
I'll let you go there.
She said, how did it go? And I told the story about the surgeon saying to the nurse as he was doing it, we have a very famous gentleman here I'm just about to operate on. This nurse was like 17 from Latvia. She was a cutting crew. She was like, no, I don't know.
Yeah, we are going to cut him for sure.
Yeah. And that lady was horrified because I had it done under local anesthetic. She said, geez, I have it in my arm and I was out cold, Sorry for the accent. So anyway, yeah, there you go. Thank you for the question. Everything's good.
What nation was that from?
Pensacola, Romania.
Somebody had a hand up here. And by the way, your right hand? Now I got that image going, and thank God I wasn't the one who brought it up for once. Me and my little immature brain. Anybody else?
Your feet are tapping.
Oh, sorry, yes, over here. I saw you. How did you come up with the name for Cutting Crew?
Question. Yeah.
It's that one.
It's that one, yeah. With absolute respect, okay, if Kevin was here, and this is a true story, that's one of those things you get asked, 10,000 times, bless you. I will get to the answer in a minute. But Kevin had a t-shirt made, and he would wear it under his leather jacket, and the answers to all the worst obvious questions were in his t-shirt. And I swear to God, an Italian interview, so tell me how you come up with the cutting name. And he just put his chest up and went like this. And the guy said, well, fuck you then. He really took offense at it.
Scheiß Punk!
Where did the band form? Down there.
My mother, Hildegard, hates you.
3 A's. So, Cutting Crew,
Yeah, really. Why don't you apologize to her right now?
the answer is
The answer's that, yeah.
It's actually on his red underwear that got the answer. Had to dig deep for that.
very briefly, Cutting Crew, I was
Anecdote
reading British music magazine Sounds. They were reviewing Queen, who were, at that time were only making records, not touring, and they called them a cutting crew, like only making records. I thought it was good, and I actually put it on the
Wallpaper?
what do you call it, the wallpaper. It's for a song, and then one day went, And of course, when I was in New York, when the record was hit, I was looking for it, couldn't find it anywhere, and it was in the urban hits area because of the crew, you know,
You were the CRUE. Yeah. We were with the crew. That's so funny. Well, you know, one of the more fun events on board that 2019 was the little deal we did cutting up T-shirts. People to this day write to me, I had so much fun cutting up the T-shirts with the cutting crew. And we were all wandering around like a little dizzy, like, what do we do here? You know, trying to make stuff up. That's when meet and greets are hard. Yeah.
an interesting flavor.
That was. Might have time for one more quick question. If anybody's got it, then I'll just ask you while we're waiting for a hand. I hope there's more music in your future with you two collaborating on new creative. It doesn't mean fans are an impatient bunch. We do demand a lot. I don't demand a new album, but I do love hearing new music from artists because the maturity that has come about with some of the groups we mentioned before, from Tears for Fears and for Billy Idol or whoever's put out a new album. Duran Duran's Paper Gods album a couple years ago.
Future Past.
Future Past, that had Paper Gods on it. Right?
That's their new
You like
favorite.
Future Past. Yeah, that's the latest. You're right.
Get it right.
Oh, no. I'm the expert. By the way, I don't know jack about anything. You guys know a lot more than I do. But it's inspiring to me. Is there any more going into the studio and putting down a song in your future? Or did it just hit you?
Well, we've been working on getting together more, you know, because Nick lives on the south coast of England, and I used to live sort of in the middle of England, so it was a few hundred miles away. So I've recently moved to the north of Scotland, which is another 500 miles. I don't know if it's subconsciously I'm trying to get away from it.
I'm taking the hint. Yeah. No, it's
true.
a crying shame, and I really mean this. It's a good question that we spend hours together playing live. When I first ever met Gareth, there was no audition. It was quite a beautiful thing. He sat and I started playing acoustic guitar with whatever, some kind of lilt, you know, and he started playing exactly that. Do you remember it? And I said, have you heard this song before? He said, no. And then I did something else playing, and everything he did was just perfect. And you find these people very rarely. He's very special and very good
Yeah.
friend.
Woo!
We've never, apart from one song, we've never written much together, and that has to change.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it sounds
We
like
stop moving north.
Think about the Faroe Islands.
Iceland.
Well, one of the silver linings of the pandemic was Zoom and, being able to collaborate across the interwebs. I know it's not the same thing, though, as being in person with one another and vibing in the studio. Few bands have the cash, by the way, to go into a studio, book a lot of time, and just mess around. But, you can't do that from afar, I guess. Do you know what Zoom is? Zoom is you call somebody up. How about it? Well, we would love to know that in some point in the future we'll get some new music from you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
We
please.
would love for you to
Please.
come back and tour with us as well.
Thank you. This is not a plug for the merch, but the last album we did is in the merch, and that's Ransomed, Healed, Restored, Forgiven, recorded with the Prague Philharmonic Orchestra.
Oh yes, that was 2021's Slovenia and Prague, right?
Well, yeah.
The orchestral reimaginings of your song, which was beautiful, by the way. I mean, the testament to a good song is one that it can be played with an acoustic guitar and a voice. And there's some rock songs you wouldn't believe would sound. A Def Leppard song, I heard them sing in acoustic. Photograph is a great song when
One of
he
my
sings
favorites.
it.
Yeah.
But particularly for a journeyman songwriter like you and like Gareth, I think it lends itself well to reimaginings. That's a great album. You should definitely listen to
I'm
it.
very, very proud of that. It was hard. The drummer was in Russia.
Oh my God.
The engineer was in Slovenia.
Yeah.
He was somewhere up north. I was somewhere down south. Anyway, it was one of those done phoned in. But yeah.
We'll never know. Well, a big hand to Gareth Goldman. Thank you so much. We'll see him around the boat asking questions. Thank
I'd
you.
like to say one last thing, and that is today I haven't got a lot of time for this, but we're speaking to Suzanne to arrange on Thursday an autograph session. Okay? So I think if I've not too much today, but Thursday would be. I've got hundreds of photographs. We've got buttons. We've got wristbands and giveaways. Okay.
Great. Thank you all. Thank you.